Hey family, we are live, broadcasting live. This is the Conversation Room 101. Make sure it's only adults in the house. I need your mind to be open, prepared, and relaxed. Welcome to our home. Take your shoes off. We got some rules we need to go over. Be kind. No cursing in the chat. If you want to curse, call in. And no shouting out other channels. That's a no-no. We got one other rule. There is no judging our guests. It will not be permitted. Zero tolerance. And if so, you want to do that, guess what? We got security. And we will escort you out. Because over here, hashtag we don't care. We're going to be one big family. We're going to laugh together sometimes. We're going to cry. But we definitely going to pray. I thank the Lord above for everything. I lift him up and give him the glory. But you guys, right now, we're going to get our popcorn. And then we're going to see what's going on. And let me just park my car. And I'll be in there in a minute. I'll see you soon.
The Copyright Disclaimer Act. The Copyright Disclaimer Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
Like, share, subscribe.
Do you want to know? Well, I've been thinking about you. And I think I have to listen. Because the sun is up, it's a beautiful day.
And we won't stop. We will not stop.
Sun. Come, won't you come along? And it feels so right. It's like luck is raining on me. Go and follow your heart. Doesn't matter how far. There is so much love to give. Something's telling me this time. Baby, baby, now
See this? How you cannot go?
baby, baby, gotta go. There is so much love to give. Something's telling me it's right.
Neighbors and the
When you
community
came to me,
compelled
who
to
are
scour
you?
the area.
It's you, yeah, boy.
Where does the fault lie on you?
Hey family, good morning to you guys. We're coming on. We're going to spend about 30 minutes, you guys. We're not going to be on here long, but there is an update on the case. And you guys, we're going to share some of the details and we're going to talk about it for a little bit. I'm going to talk a little bit and you guys can call in or you can come up on the platform. I'll share the link with you right now. Anybody want to come on and tell what's going on? Yeah. So we're looking at, they found the little girl, Charlotte, okay? They found her. Soon as we got off the live last night, I got word that they found Charlotte. This was yesterday. Soon as we got off the live, I got word that they had found Charlotte. And she was kidnapped. Also, there was more information that was given because remember we were talking about yes, God is great. God is really great. And so I was getting more information about, well, who took her, why they take her, what was going on. And I knew that there had to be information about let's see here. why there was an Amber Alert, because they just don't put out Amber Alerts because somebody just missing. First of all, they have to have some kind of clue of, did somebody see the car? What color was the car? Was there a car? Was they on foot? Was there a suspect, a person? Which they did not give that information out. But I knew that had to be part of the equation, because just because somebody's missing, they don't know if they fell in the lake, somebody pushed them in the lake. They don't know. They don't know if the person walked away. So to have an Amber Alert out, they had to have some more information that they could not release. And that's what we were looking for. We was looking for that information they was not releasing. Like, there has to be something else, like a car, a person that they could say, was it a white guy, black guy, Puerto Rican, Chinese, Asian, Mexican, what color, a description of somebody, a last person that was with the person. Remember when we were talking about there's cameras even in parks, there's cameras on highways. You guys don't see them. You see them, but you think it's a bird, or you think it's just a regular log. No, they have cameras in those things now. And I told you that. And then we looked at some of the evidence, like they were looking at the cell towers. Now, the cell towers will give them what phones was in the vicinity at that time. They can't go in there and go through the information, because that's private information, unless you're a suspect or something. You know what I'm saying? So they were looking at that. But I just found out it was the mailman. Did you guys hear me? This guy, his name is Craig Ross. He lives 2 miles from the victim. He lives 2 miles from the victim. And he also sent them a ransom letter. Now I don't know, but the person that was contacting me, this is when it even happened. They had told me something about the mama and the daddy wasn't even there at the park at the time. People's like, what you talking about, SP? The mailman. Woke the guy, said, what? The mailman. That ain't out yet. That's some more information for you. It's the mail. He's the mailman. So, and he was living on some property, so he's not poor. And he's his family property. His mother lives on the same property he lives on. So, I mean, mailmans make really good money. They work for the government. And but they're not giving all this information out yet. But we got it. We got it. And you guys, we don't beat up people if they came with some bad information. The only thing we say is try to have as much as the fact, and do not go to another YouTube channel and get their information without a fact backing it. We know you heard it, and that's good. That's what we were talking about. So when Let's Keep It Real said there was one shoe or whatever, that information was wrong, but she got the information off of another channel, and she didn't hear it all right. But we're not bashing her. She came bringing us what she could, what she heard, and that's fine. It's just make sure you go look it up, because if nobody else heard it, they're wondering, where did you get it at? So that's it. She sent me some information. She said, I wasn't just making it up. She said, I heard it, but you heard it somewhere else on another channel, and it wasn't a fact. It was just them. Somebody had called in and said that, and they didn't have the fact. The channel holder didn't even say that. It was a person called in on that channel, and they were saying what they had heard or seen. And that's how a lot of false information gets put out there. But I appreciate her, coming on and and putting it in the chat, what she seen or what she heard or whatever. So I think that's just called interacting. And we're gonna always, people get mad because it wasn't true. I'm not mad because it wasn't true. I'm a little bit like kind of disappointed that you didn't check it out first, but she brought it. And so I appreciate that part. SP. So was she found? Yes, girl, yes. She was found. She's alive. Here, I'm gonna click off of here and I'm gonna let you listen to the latest. Oh, matter of fact, it just okay, shoot. It just pulled up on my phone. It certainly did. Here, listen to this. Okay.
Oh my, I mean, we don't see those images. What we're showing you, that video, is the community, the family of Charlotte Sena, the 9-year-old girl vanished over the weekend, was found alive. This after hours and hours, hundreds of people searching for her. News of her return hitting front pages of newspapers around the country this morning. One suspect has been arrested and charged with first-degree kidnapping. Police say there was a crucial piece of evidence that led to her discovery. And Nick is back to explain how police found this child after just 48 hours of searching.
Adrian, how do we not give credit to the men and women of law enforcement who worked so quickly to reunite her with her family? It's the outcome everyone was praying for. The 9-year-old missing in New York has been found safe in a cabinet inside a backyard camper, but several questions remain about the man arraigned this morning and charged with kidnapping. This morning, the girl missing from a park near Albany is safe, and the suspect in her abduction is in custody. New York Governor Kathy Hochul said Monday night during a press conference that investigators were able to identify a fingerprint from a ransom note allegedly left by the suspect she identified as Craig Nelson Ross Jr., age 47.
Literally drove up to the family's mailbox, assuming they were not home. 4:20 in the morning, opens the mailbox and inserts the ransom note, leaving a critical piece of evidence behind, his own fingerprint.
Wow.
Governor Hochul said from the moment the ransom note was found, it took about 10 hours for authorities to identify a positive match from the fingerprint left on that note. SWAT teams converged on a home not far from the initial search area where the suspect was taken into custody. Now, they found the 9-year-old hidden in a cabinet. The governor said the 4th grader appeared, quote, outwardly, physically unharmed. Charlotte disappeared on a family camping trip at Moreau Lake State Park. That's about 50 miles north of New York City. Authorities say the girl was riding her bike with friends in a path that loops around approximately 30 campsites. The friends finished up, and they say Charlotte went around one more time alone, but she never returned. An Amber Alert was issued Sunday morning, setting off a massive search with more than 400 people actively looking on the ground with bloodhounds, in the air with drones, and underwater. Adrian, still a lot of questions unanswered this morning, including...
Okay, so you guys, she said, Gail said, I was happy when I found out she was found. Yes, yes, yes. And yes, that part right there. They said, now how dumb can you get that you're gonna drive up to the people's house and open up the mailbox? And now somebody said he was the mailman, but I don't know if that's so, if he was the mailman, you guys. Let's not get it twisted. That was what was told to me, but I can say I don't know for sure. Okay. Because they could have got the information wrong too, because he opened up the mailbox and put it in the mail. You know what I'm saying? The ransom note. They could think that he was the mailman. That doesn't mean he was the mailman. So let me put that out there, because now I heard that he opened up the mailbox and put it in there in the mail. Doesn't, she said, not a mailman. Well, okay. So now I see how they mistakenly thought he was the mailman because he put it in the mailbox. That does so back that up. Not the mailman. So that That is confusing to me. But we got it. But so let's see. Let me see what they say here.
Yesterday, I held Charlotte's parents in my arms. David and Trish, I went to the campsite. I saw a place that she had just been a joyful little girl the day before. Riding her bike. I was on the road she rode her bike on.
Okay. So the governor is all over this press conference and everything. So that he's not the mailman. Everybody got that? He's not the mailman. He just put the mail in the mail box. That doesn't mean he's the mailman. Okay? Ooh, Lord. That could have went wrong. He was the mailman. No, he's not the mailman. He just put the mail in the mailbox. So I have to go in here and, like I said, you guys, we got to go in there and find out.
Where she left it. Your parents were just so overcome.
But okay, I'm gonna tell you guys something. This is not the end, though. This is not the end, because think about. So I wonder if they had some type of vendetta between the two families. He only lived 2 miles away from this family. So did he know that the little girl was going to go on a camping trip? How did he know? Did he know the family personally? Because we done found out he's not the mailman. You got that, Margie? He's not the mailman. Now she's going to put on there, SP, he's not a mailman. Well, I wonder where I got that from. So anyway, good morning, Grace. How are you? Good morning to you. We're just sitting here. We're only going to be on here for another 15 minutes, 13 minutes. We're just happy that this little girl named Charlotte is found. We knew that there was more information, and all information at that time we need. And this guy did not just go to, when the police arrived, they said he resisted arrest. He resisted. Sounds like they knew each other possibly. What do you think? Woke the guy, call me up. Talk to me for a minute. I want to talk to you. Why do you think they knew? Because how would he know? How would he know the girl was going to be at this camping site? Now, remember, it's October, you guys. We've got other things that we're watching. We're watching they're going to have court for October the 5th. There's court somewhere. I heard that he has a record. He's a pedophile. The FBI found that out. I didn't know that. Okay. Hey, Zen, what's going on? I can't hear you, honey.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. So, yeah, I just feel like that he knew too much. Like, I don't think he just happened upon him coincidentally to be able to know where to leave the ransom, though.
Right, because this girl was taken at the park, and then he drives up. That's what we just heard. He drove up to the house, opened up the mailbox, and put the ransom letter in the mailbox.
Yeah, so I'm thinking they had to, some type of way, somebody knew somebody, and possibly maybe there was some bad blood between them.
And if he was a pedophile, he didn't take her to be fitty-fattling around with her. He took her for the money part. But
right, so were these people wealthy?
Okay, so the mother, Trish and Dave, I think Dave is his name. I know the mother's name is Trisha. They, you can look at a picture. They took a family picture. They got 3 daughters. And on the family picture, all the daughters are wearing a red and black dress. Beautiful, beautiful. you can tell these are not like Walmart dresses. You know what I'm saying? They're not like wealthy. They live in, I don't know if you were still in the live yesterday. They live in a $200,000 home. The mom, she works. They didn't never say where the dad worked at, but the mom worked at some kind of store or something we read. She works for a store chain. They said the store, but it wasn't just a well-known one from across the country because I've never heard of it before. But you know, but I would say having two nice income, living in a $200,000 home. $200,000 home is not like wealthy. You know what I'm saying?
It's not extravagant.
No, it's not, because you know, um, yeah, you know,
Which makes me again question.
You're in New York.
He chose that family, and you know what I'm saying?
Right. Like she. Okay, so I heard, this is not a fact. I heard, but I don't know for sure. And I'm gonna be very light when I say this, so you guys don't take this to heart. But the mama and the father wasn't there at the park at the time the little girl came missing. But that's what was told to me. But as when I'm reading, it states like the mom was there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to believe what I read right now, because I just have to believe what I read. And so they said that the mom called after she didn't return, like 2 minutes after. And remember, they said just a minute ago, they just said that Craig thought that the family was not there. Why would he think the family was not there? Even if the family was not there, they were still going to be, when the little girl came up missing, they still going to be watching that home.
Right.
So the letter,
something between those two families.
but think about it, the letter came at 4:30. And I don't know if the letter came 4:30 Saturday. They didn't say what day. Did the letter come Saturday, the day she came up missing, or did the letter come the next day?
On Sunday, right.
On Sunday at 4:30, because the mother called 911 Saturday at we got right here at 6:47.
Right.
So if the letter came at 4:30, that's before they took the little girl.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
You know,
unless the parents weren't there, and I don't know.
so okay, so let's look at it like this. What if, because someone told me that the parents was not at the campground. They told me that. Okay. The parents were at the campground. The police officers were at the house. They saw him put the letter in the mailbox. Okay. So I'm going to scratch everything that was told to me, because that, what that person told me is not making sense.
If they saw him, if they watched him put the letter in the mailbox, why didn't they apprehend him then?
So he must have put the letter in the mailbox on Sunday, because the parents had to be at the campground. The parents had to be at the campground for the mama to call 2 minutes after she did not come back. And they said it was a 2-minute ride, and she left at like 6:15 when our note said she didn't return at 6:15. So she left riding her bike at 6 o'clock. She didn't return back at 6:15. They searched for 30 minutes. That would have gave them 6:45. The mother called 911 at 6:47. So when did they get the letter at 4:30? The next day. It have to be the next day because she wasn't missing on Saturday.
Who would even check the mailbox on a Sunday?
On a Sunday. Exactly. Well, you do know that sometimes they do deliver mail on Sundays now too.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if they do it where you live at, but sometimes we see the mailman now on Sundays, and I don't know, but
Child, our post office down here is so messed up. You may see the mailman once a week. You may see him twice a week. You may see him every day. You just never know.
right. Okay, Sandra Watson said, yes, start over with the timeline, reported facts, like we normally do. Okay, so Charlotte went on her bike ride at 6 o'clock. She didn't return at 6:15. Um, I have it all written down here. They searched for 30 minutes at 6:45. She didn't return, so it was a 2-minute ride. So at 6:47, the mother called 911. So the mother had to be there. It was not the mailman. We're going to just go on these facts. And then at 4:30, Craig, this must have been the next day, Sunday. Right? It must have been the next day, Sunday. There was, but they didn't put out the ransom. I mean, they didn't put out the they did not put out the Amber Alert until, wasn't it Monday?
No, they put it out Sunday.
Okay, so they put out the Amber Alert Sunday. So Sunday morning?
Yeah, it was 16 hours.
So they put out the Amber Alert Sunday?
Yes.
Or Monday?
I thought it was Sunday. I'm not gonna say because I don't know for sure.
Okay, let me see. Let's look up. Let's look it up.
I thought it was 16 hours.
Okay, let's try to Google it and see. Amber Alert for Charlotte Sena. It says 17 hours. Amber Alert issued. It says 17 hours ago. The Amber Alert. 17 hours ago, it had to have been Monday.
Okay.
October the 2nd at 8 p.m. Okay. Let's get it. Charlotte was last seen at 6:45 Saturday. She described. The Amber Alert says the child was taken under circumstances that led police to believe that they are in immediate danger or serious harm. So when reached briefly Sunday afternoon, Trish Muller said is a good kid who is trusting the Times Union reported. The Times Union reported, I just want my daughter back. She said she just want her daughter back. So if you purchase a product or register for an account through a link on the site, we may receive compensation by using this site. Let's see. Because remember, it was seemed kind of weird that the aunt was seeking a Facebook, what's those accounts called?
Oh yeah,
A GoFundMe. And that was kind of alarming to us because we're like, why?
But you need a GoFundMe if you don't go dismiss.
Okay. So let me see. I'm gonna look at this last little piece right here. Okay, here it is right here. Her parents was immediately notified at 4:34. This occurred at 6:32 this evening. The suspect, name, mail, credit, whatever. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So, okay, so we...
Sena, a 9-year-old girl who went missing a few days ago over in the New York area. She's been found after disappearing from Moreau Lake State Park over in New York on Saturday. New York State Police announced that a suspect's now been taken into custody over that incident on Monday night. Sena's currently safe and healthy and was taken to a hospital for evaluation. Officials over in New York provided this update late last night.
Okay.
Hold on.
This gift to all of us, and it is the people standing here with me. They remind me why I'm so proud to be the governor of the state. Proud of men and women who were relentless in their pursuit.
Well, they want me to listen to something that's going to take a long time. Go ahead. We're just happy that she's alive. That was the last video, but I'm not going to go over the whole last video because it's YouTube and it would get me in a lot of trouble. So that's why I'm not going over that video. But we just wanted the timeline because I'm so glad that they arrested the guy. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I'm just glad that they were able to find the little girl unharmed.
Yeah, because
it's so crazy nowadays.
Yeah, because you know, he must have been watching them, and the family wasn't at home, so he's like, okay, they're looking for the family not at home. Okay, let me go and put this in the mailbox. You know what I'm saying? You know, the police had to been watching the house. Girl, he's got to be stupid. He couldn't. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. And yeah, I mean, I assume that they would have been watching the house. Although, up until that point, did they still think she was just missing? And is that what made you think that she was abducted?
You know, this was weird because we're live right now and people are right now sending me.
Two children died after falling into a pool at their home daycare center in San Jose. Police say a third.
Okay, that's cool. Anyway. Okay, go ahead. Talk to me.
No, I was just saying that it's just weird. I'm wondering if the letter is what made them decide that she had been abducted.
Right. That's what I was trying to figure out, that the timeline, you know. I mean, you know, we never got to see the mother. We never got to see the father. The aunt was all over the place. She was on YouTube. She was, and I'm not accusing the aunt of anything. Okay, here's the thing, you guys. You know, I mean, some ain't right. How would you know that the family, you follow the family and they're at this cabin? How do you know that they were at this campground?
Right. They had to know. They had to have some type of appointment.
Right. Because there's people that live 2 blocks from me, but I don't know when they go somewhere, when they leave, where they going. Right. I mean, you had to literally start following these people and then had the nerve or the audacity. You know, that's a federal offense to touching somebody's mailbox. You know that, don't you?
Yeah.
You know, even Amazon workers cannot put stuff in your mailbox. You know that, right? They're not supposed to. And then when the little girl came up missing, of course they're going to be watching the family house. But we don't normally hear about ransom letters anymore. Like, holding a child or a kid or something for ransom. And the number one thing they tell you not to do is to do not pay that money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But it sounds like they were willing to.
Well, the aunt had already started getting, she just opened up that GoFundMe thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because remember we was live, I was like, oh, she just opened this up. It was like 17 minutes or something like that. It wasn't even a day. She just opened it up. Crystal says what I was thinking. She said, SP, I wonder if the aunt is the mailman at all. The mailman at all. No, Crystal. Take the mailman out the equation. That was bad information that was given. Okay? That's bad information. There's no mailman. That was bad information. Everybody say mailman, bad information. That's not in the equation. Craig is not the mailman. The aunt is not the mailman.
So is this the same aunt that works for the fire department in Schenectady?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Sanja. Mailman, bad information. Craig is not the mailman. The aunt is not the mailman. Take that out the equation. When someone gave me that, I was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Bad information. Because I don't want somebody to go somewhere and say, on the SP News Channel, they said that it was the mailman. No. Everybody say, somebody else. I need 2, 3. Hey, come holler at us sisters in the building. How you doing? Please say bad information. Mailman, bad information. That's not a part of this equation here. Because I was like, hold on, let me read this. And then once I heard them say he went to the mailbox and put the mail in the mailbox, that doesn't make him the mailman, you guys.
Right.
Crystal says, SP, I just wonder if the aunt was connected to the mailman in some kind of way. That's what I'm trying to say. Connected to the mailman is the... Why would you think that, Crystal? No, why would you think that? Yes, bad information. Mailman, no mailman. Take mailman out the equation. It has nothing to do with no mailman. They probably got the information thinking because he put the mail in the mailbox, he was the mailman. But he's not the mailman. He put the mail in the mailbox. Doesn't make him the mailman. Like you driving a car doesn't make you a Lamborghini because you drive a car. They put the mail in the mailbox. They got the information. They added information in their head thinking because he put the mail in the mailbox, he's the mailman. He's not the mailman. You guys understand? So when you're trying to put the equation in there, was the aunt, she says, no, she said, what I'm trying to say, SP, I just wondered if the aunt was connected to the mailman. I don't believe so, Crystal. I think once that word, see, that's why when we try to say something, we hurry up and correct it because we don't want people to assume something that's not even part of the equation. Mailman is not even in the equation. The child probably and will need counseling for a while. Of course. But I'm still kind of thinking though, hold on. I'm still thinking to myself, could Crystal, this is what I'm hoping you're trying to say. Is Craig and the aunt in some kind of relationship or dating or something. Zan?
Yeah, I think that's what she's trying to say.
I think that's what she's trying to say. Because
if there's some connection between them.
yeah, isn't it weird why the little girl be like, I want to be a big girl. I want to ride by myself. It is just 2 minutes around the loop and she doesn't come back. And so the family is like, the family's all together. Yeah, go ahead and let her do it. And so somebody there with them at the campground is probably conversating to the person she's finna come around by herself.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's part of the family. I don't know. I'm getting some mixed vibes. I'm just saying, I'm getting mixed vibes about the aunt. I had those mixed vibes about the aunt from day one. And she ain't did anything, but she went on YouTube. She made a GoFundMe thing, and her not directly took the kid, but I'm just saying, even the family didn't do that. I mean, the mama didn't do that, and then she started, doing interviews. So we see the aunt doing an interview, but we doesn't see the mom or the father.
But I'm wondering now if the reason that the mother and the father didn't speak was because they know who this person was. And they didn't want to give that away.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. But okay, so the aunt having the same last name is got to be the sister of the dad, right?
Right.
She's got to be the sister of the dad, and the kids, and just because, okay, all the girls is the father, or he let them use the name, or because if you have a kid, and the kid, and you marry, the kid automatically gets your last name. Doesn't mean that you know what I'm saying, that you're the father. But she's been what, the oldest of the three?
Is she the oldest or the youngest?
I don't know if she's the oldest or the youngest. You would think she's 9. She doesn't. I don't know if she's the oldest. Like, was they gonna take one of the kids? They didn't care which kid they take, but they were gonna take one. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So think about it. They go on a trip, camping trip with friends and family. Friends and family. Right?
This is somebody that I feel like knew them.
Yeah. They knew him.
And possibly somebody the little girl trusted.
Yeah. Because there was no hollering, struggle, or anything.
Right.
And the friends and family, oh, we're going to have this get together and everything. And let her go, let her do it by herself. You're a big girl now, you can do it by yourself. And the family probably was talking to the investigator saying, I wouldn't have never let her, but it was just a 2-minute ride by herself. But you know what I'm saying? I'm seeing a lot of people getting set up by friends and family.
Can't trust anybody nowadays.
They found that one girl named Tamia Taylor, and I don't know what happened, but the mother, she's in acceptance right now. Her grieving process, she's in acceptance. She's letting God handle it and everything. But for 16 days, they done pulled Tamia out of the Mississippi River, and so I haven't got all the information of what actually happened, who pushed her, or and how she got there. But a lot of people coming up missing and people sitting back just looking, you got to be very careful about being around people. Let me tell you something, Zan. And it may seem little to other people, but I've had friends invite me to cruises. I had friends always say, "Come to my town, SP," and do 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 do. Girl, I'm scared.
You should be.
I'm scared. I'll be like, I don't know you. I don't know you. I can come to your town, but I don't know you. So I had one friend, one family member invited me to go to where did that one girl come up missing? I mean, got beat down in Mexico. Uh, um,
what was her name? Shanquella?
Yeah, Shanquella. So I had a family member invite me to go to the same place she went. This is before Shanquella ever got beat down or whatever. And they was gonna pay for everything. They said they pay my plane ticket, they'll even the room. And the only thing I had to do was come. And I'm not saying like and so I told Papa about it, and Papa was like, and I wasn't working as much, so I could have took off, and it was their birthday or whatever, and I could have done it. Uh, Cabo, Cabo 6. So, but where was the place where it was at though? I can't remember.
Cabo, Mexico.
Cabo, Mexico,
Mm-hmm.
and I wanted to go. I really did want to go, and my husband said, "You don't know these people." and I kind of thought about it, and I was like, you know what? I really don't. I don't want to get there, and then you snatch the ticket, and now I'm stuck, or and that's or you get mad, or I say something wrong, like I don't know. You have to be very careful about cruises and going somewhere away with somebody. I have went places with people before where they done, talked smart to me and got all crazy with me. And girl, and I'm sitting there thinking I should just get in my car and just leave them. Because I don't even want to ride home with you acting like this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I didn't do it, but I thought about it. So people thinking, oh, like Lucas, Mexico, Cabo, San Lucas, But anyway, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But this family went just right up the street from their house, 2 miles, right? And he lives right down the street. And they were all, how families, they know each other in the neighborhood. He lives how many blocks away? 6 blocks away? So he lives right by the park. They claim the child is missing and all this other stuff. And then he probably on Sunday sent the ransom letter. People don't normally do that anymore. You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
They don't do that anymore.
Yeah, that's a little old fashioned.
Yeah. Very old fashioned. But the aunt was yeah, the commercials are taking over, but it's good for us though. So you guys don't worry about the commercials. It ain't like they ain't before. You got to remember, we've been monetized for 4 years. We were monetized in the first month that we came on live. So now they probably now allowing us to have our monetization. They have to. But you can always pay for no commercials, but they have to have the commercials in there. because you guys need to watch the commercials. Hey. But anyway, back to what we were talking about. Talk to me.
Well, I just feel like that there's some connection that they're not letting us know about.
Right.
There's something that they're not telling us.
Right. You okay, Sanja? You okay? She's like, I'm letting you know we got commercials now. We didn't used to have any commercials, did we?
No, not as many.
Oh, y'all was still having commercials?
We were having like maybe one.
But how many you getting now?
We got 4 yesterday during the live.
Okay. Okay. So y'all need to let me know. Y'all need to let me know because I'm pushing certain buttons now, and maybe that was probably what I was doing wrong. Where people was like, "You're making money," it'd be like, "No, we're not making money because we don't get the commercials. We don't get the commercials because it definitely ain't."
It might have to do with the topic.
Huh?
It might have to do with the topic.
Yeah, probably so. Because I believe that if they wouldn't have found this girl, then that's the only way it can go viral.
Right.
But the aunt was trying to make it go viral.
Yeah, the aunt was doing everything in her power. And I'm thinking I don't know, because if that's the same aunt that works for the fire department in Skenethe's a little ways from where they were at, right?
Right.
So I'm thinking that maybe the aunt was just the spokesperson.
You think the aunt was a spokesperson?
For the family, because the family might have known once they got this ransom note, they might have known exactly who it was.
How would they know? Okay, if they had a one of those Ring cameras, they seen who put.
If you had a vendetta with somebody.
Yeah. But think, like, I got a Ring camera. So if you come by and put something in my mailbox, surely it's gonna pick it up. So I don't know if they had a Ring camera, but they said that the police seen him put it in the mailbox. You want to listen to it? They say fingerprints on the ransom note led authorities to Charlotte. Girl, I am so happy this girl is home. Because let me tell you something. Usually, when it doesn't matter if they're asking for a random note or whatever they're asking for, usually they don't survive. They don't. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so this was going to be, if they wouldn't have got, like, if they was smart enough to, like, I would have drove a car without the tag that you can see. And then I would have put the note together with gloves on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And because if they wouldn't have had gloves on, and then you can't just drive from their house to your home, because other people's Ring camera will pick up. Even if you come down my street, my camera picks you up coming down the street because that's motion. But you got Ring cameras you can set that it can constantly record everything, whether there's movement or not.
Right.
But it all depends if you hard, hard, hard. I don't know why I want to say hard drive, but you if you hook it up to your doorbell, it continuously have the power, or you have to take it off and charge it so often. If you don't ring it up, the hard, what they call it, something like, you know what I'm talking about. My words is getting so weird right now because I'm coming up to my final, and I'm trying to remember the words for the final. Uh, but if you don't hook it up to directly to your doorbell, hardwire. That's a hardwire. It's got to be charged so often.
Right.
So, but they're saying that they got his fingerprints off of the letter. And I don't know who came in and said he was a pedophile. I never heard of that. What I heard was he had a DUI.
Oh, okay.
That was a fact. I'm telling you right there, that's the fact, that he had a DUI. So I think Tina said he was a pedophile, but I haven't heard he was a pedophile. I heard that he had been arrested for a DUI. So it says, it says the fingerprints left behind on the note were instrumental in identifying the suspect, Craig Nelson Ross Jr., 47, and tracking him to a residence where law enforcement arrested him Monday evening and immediately found Charlotte hidden in a cabin. So the governor just announced this 2 hours ago. So the ransom note and cell phone pings. Okay, this is what this saying about that. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, so breaking news. The girl appeared outwardly physically unharmed and was taken to a hospital to be examined. Ross was arraigned on first-degree kidnapping charge and is being held. According to the news, New York State Police, additional charges are expected. State Police said I wonder if they're looking for anybody else. They haven't said anything. Everyone in New York is breathing a collective sigh of relief right now. Charlotte went missing on Saturday during a family camping trip. It was a family camping trip, they're saying. Sparked a round-the-clock search outlining the malicious steps taken. Oh, wow. They got a picture of him.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, they got a picture of him. He got red hair and he's balding. Is this the same person that... I'm serious, girl. He looked like Bozo the Clown. Oh, that reminds me of that one. I'm not even... Girl, let's not even talk about her. See, my phone is blowing up because they tripping now. So I want to see. Yes, he's got kind of greenish eyes. He's got reddish hair. He's got a full beard. He's balding at the top. She said he looks a hot mess. At around 4:20 a.m. Monday, this is 4:20 a.m. Monday, you guys. Less than 36 hours after Charlotte was reported missing, the suspect drove by the Sena family home and placed the ransom note in their mailbox, according to the governor. Despite the earlier hour, Charlotte's parents were still at the campsite searching for their daughter. So the parents were still there searching for their daughter when at 4:20 in the morning, let me write this down because we're going to talk about this some more. So at 4:20 a.m. Monday, because there's going to be more come out on this, I guarantee it. So that's when he sent the thing. It was in the morning. Yeah, it says 4:20 a.m. Monday. Told you I was gonna find it. Okay, now check this out. When state police who were monitoring the home discovered the note, they were able to recover the fingerprints from the document and began running them through law enforcement database to see if they could find a match, the governor said. A hit came at 2:30 p.m. linking the fingerprint to Ross. The governor said Ross's fingerprint had been entered into the database for a 1999 incident of driving while intoxicated, she said. Remember the DUI. That hit led investigators to a camper behind his mother's double wide mobile home. Oh my God, this is getting worse. A camper behind his mother's double wide mobile home. They located every resident and property which Mr. Ross was tied to and pinpointed a trailer that was behind his mom's mobile home on Barnett Road in the town of Milton, which is about 13 miles south of where this family lives. So he's only but 13 miles. Well, 13 miles is far.
Yeah.
That they don't live close. Let me write this down. There's 13 miles south. So they're not. So why did they say that they were close? Okay.
They all live in the same little town.
13 miles, you're right. On one side of the town to the other. So they're not even close where they live at.
Right.
Let me read it again.
And that's upstate New York, so you know it's more spread out up there.
Right.
It's more country up there.
So the mobile home, she was in a camper. Okay. So they located every resident and property which Mr. Ross was tied to and pinpointed a trailer that was behind his mom's mobile home on Barnett Road in the town of Milton, which is about 13 miles south of where this family lives. So, managing editor for the Albany Time Union, Brenda Lyons, who helped cover the story, said on CNA, 2 state and federal SWAT teams descended upon the residents in helicopters. So 2 state and federal SWAT teams descended upon the residents in helicopters, made entry, and arrested Ross around 6:30 p.m. Charlotte was immediately found inside a cabin. She knew she was being rescued, the governor said. She knew she was in safe hands. Ross resisted arrest and suffered minor injuries while being taken into custody, state police said during the news conference. In addition to the fingerprints, investigators also analyzed cell phone pings around the park at the time of Charlotte's disappearance. So, cell phone pings. Okay. Additional.
Like you said, somebody might have been contacting him and saying the little girl's by herself now.
Huh?
Remember how you said somebody might have called him?
Yeah. Well. The ping, they don't have to call on a ping, right? Just okay, because your cell phone, when it's in an area, it pings. Remember they said that they was analyzing the cell towers, and they knew all the phones that was in that area. That's what they was going to get, all the phone pings, and find out all the phones in that area. Like when you get ready to do something, you cannot take a cell phone with you. You got to turn. We learned that in the last case. You got to turn that phone completely off. Take the battery out.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, it's a good thing that this person wasn't a good criminal.
No, he wasn't a good criminal, and he looks like he wasn't a good criminal either. Okay, so the ping was around the park at the time of Charlotte disappearing, but he could have got a phone call too. Like you said, he could have got a phone call saying, "Hey, she's going around the thing right now," because he just didn't do this on his own. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's something that's not being told to us.
So Sergeant says his mother lives across the street from Charlotte. No, Sergeant, why would you say his mother lives? His mother lives in a mobile home. Where'd you get his mother lives across the street from Charlotte? Where'd you get that? Where'd you get that at? Oh, I got the hiccups, y'all. Sorry. Where you get that at, Sergeant? Okay, okay, come on, Zan. Come on. So additional insight came from park records, which contain information about visitors who paid an entrance fee or registered to camp overnight, she said. With those cell phone records, they can go back in time and figure out how long he was in the park and whether he had been monitoring that family either overnight or through the day or only for minutes, Lyon said. It could have been the lightning struck when he drove in and saw opportunity. Let's read that again. With those cell phone records, they can go back in time and figure out how long he was in the park. Yeah, we want to know how long he was in that park watching and looking. Because I don't think it's going to be like, oh, lightning strike. Let me just go,
Right. Yeah, this was something he knew they was going to be there. I'm telling you, they have to be acquainted some type of way.
And when we find out how long he was in that park, if he wasn't in that park that long,
he had an accomplice.
Because how did he know that they were going to be at that park?
I'm telling you, they had to have known each other.
Yeah. Or known somebody that knew that they were going to be at the park.
Right.
That means a family member. And that doesn't mean that the family member is involved. But you know how sometimes, yeah, you got it. They just talking. And that's why I try to, I say one thing to one person and say something to another person. So when it comes back to me, I know who said it. And they'd be like, I didn't say this, SB. I didn't say that. I said, yeah, you did. You know why? Because I told Zan purple, but I told Tina blue. So when it come back and somebody say, you had a blue bike, I said, Tina, why are you talking? I ain't talking, SB. Yeah, it was you. Why you figure that? You told, no, because I know what I told Zan. I told Zan purple, but they came back and told me you said my bike was blue. So sometimes you don't know, when people, you know who they talking to.
Right.
I don't know if that makes sense to with what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Isn't that? But you got to be careful of who you talking to, and you don't know if they got a problem with you. Like, okay, I'm gonna give an example, but I'm not gonna say the name because sometimes she comes in and sometimes she don't come in. But it's a friend of mine. She lives right here in town. So she goes to my daughter and she said, hey, your mom get a new car? Now, my kids is like, first of all, why are you asking? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you looking too dang hard. Why would you ask me about my mama's business? I don't know if you're going to go over there and put something in the tank. I don't know why you even ask. Why don't you call her and ask her?
Right.
You want to make sure you get the right car and not somebody else's or something. What's it to you? Why don't you ask her? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because it's weird how you put your car up, but you asking about somebody else's car. If I wanted you to know, you should have came and asked me. But I'm glad my daughter didn't tell her. But she came to me and she was like, "Oh, you got a new car?" Because I be rolling or whatever. And then finally one day, I rolled up on her and she was like, "Oh, this is your new car." I was like, "Yeah." But my daughter had already told me that you asked about it. You know what I'm saying? This is how sometimes when somebody do something to your car, like say for instance, if I would have came out the house and my tires are slashed or something, I'm thinking, well, don't nobody know I live over here. I've been living over here for years, but don't nobody know I got a new car. But you didn't ask me. You went and asked somebody that knew me.
Right.
That could have been done. You know what I mean? But this is too much detail for, like, what if the aunt was dating this guy?
There's some type of connection with that family.
And she was like, "Oh yeah, well, my family, they got a whole bunch of money. They live in this house and they got these 3 daughters and they're going on a camping trip." And he just sitting there going, "Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah. And I just love my niece so much." And da 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 da. And she may not even thinking nothing of it. And then he done, put two together, done probably dropped her off over there or said, "Where you gonna be at?" And she just thinking, "Oh, I'm just dating this guy," or we just dated a couple of times. He's sitting there thinking, "I need to make some money." So then he started watching the family going, okay, their prized possession is their kids. And then, "Can we hang out or something?" And she's like, "No, I'm going to this family gathering." "Oh, where y'all gathering at?" "Oh, we're going to the campsite." "Well, who's all gonna be there?" "Well, my brother, his wife, and his kids, and some other kids, and such. "Okay, well, y'all have a nice time." So he sets up camp somewhere in the campsite and she don't know it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But he could even be calling her while she's at the camp. "What you doing? How's your trip going?"
Right. Right. They say they were able to bring her to safety, and not long after she was in the arms of her parents at the hospital. Investigators still have many questions to answer. Mm-hmm. Was this targeted, or was this just an opportunity where he planned a kidnapping and took a child because the child happened to be alone? No, I don't believe that this was, "Oh, lightning struck. I see a kid. I'm going to take this kid." He knew where the kid lived.
Right.
He knew where the kid lived.
Right. You had to have the kid with you. Where was the kid when you dropped off the note?
Oh, that's a good question. Zan, you be thinking, don't you? You be thinking. While the focus is on getting Charlotte the care she needs, Miller's note that she may be able to help investigator answer some of their questions. Charlotte's parents was confronted with every parent's worst nightmare when their daughter took off on her bike Saturday and didn't return. The girl was last seen. Charlotte's mother reported her 6:45 when her daughter's bike was found abandoned in the loop, and the 9-year-old was nowhere to be found. As time went on, the search for Charlotte expanded across several counties. Authorities began to fear she had been abducted as each hour went on. State police described Charlotte in a news release: bright adventurous who loves the outside. Charlotte has a huge heart and wants to create a club. By Monday morning, the search went on for 46 miles. See, remember when we said they went 46 miles? I was like, hold on now, this girl cannot walk no 46 miles. So they are now looking for somebody who has transported this girl. She says, nevertheless, the child shouldn't have got permission to go alone. Investigators smell a rat. I do too. Detectives do the same. It was awesome sight to witness everyone doing their job. There was a lot of parents out there among the ranks, and everybody thinks if it was my child, I would want everybody under the sun looking. Yeah. I don't know. It's an inside. Usually when there's a ransom note, it's usually an inside job too.
Yeah, there's gonna be, I'm sure more is gonna come out.
Yeah.
About this.
Yeah.
Let me get off this phone, jump back in the chat as speak.
All righty. Thanks.
All right, sweetheart.
Anybody else got anything to say? Please come on, call on in. We're finna get off of here. I wanted the ones that wasn't following this story to know the updates. And so the Amber Alert went out shortly before 10 on the next morning, Monday. And they got the ransom note at 4:20, and then right before then, the Amber Alert went out. So I told you guys something else had to trigger that Amber Alert other than this was just a girl just coming up missing. I knew it had to be more information out there, like somebody had to see something. And, we don't even think about ransom notes anymore because usually people take kids for their own sexual gratifications, Law enforcement sources told the Times that 46-year-old Craig allegedly left a ransom note at Charlotte's parents' house before dawn on Monday, and that fingerprints on the note helped lead to his arrest. The information late Monday night saying at a news conference. Okay, so he had dropped a ransom note in the mailbox at the family's residence about 4:20 a.m. State trooper recovered the note after Ross left the area at about 2 p.m. on Monday. Thank you. What is that? Savari? What is that? Hold on, you guys. Let me see. Somebody gave us a donation here. Thank you, Savari. Is that Savara? 666. We appreciate you. Thank you. Let me give you a shout out for that super chat. Right. All right. Thank you for that super chat. You guys, I want to share some more information. Let me see here. Here's some more information. We're going to get off of here. It says the governor said there is indication yet that Ross had any. The governor said there is no indication yet that Ross had any connection to the girl's family. They haven't found a connection yet. The governor said there is no indication. Police raided a number of locations tied to Ross late Monday afternoon, including the mobile home on Bartlett Road where his mother lives and the adjacent trailer where Charlotte was found. The resident of Madeline Road is about 13 miles, and we got 13 miles south of where Charlotte lives. The governor said a vehicle registration for Ross also listed an address that was a short distance from the resident of Sena family. Maybe that's what somebody was just in the chat saying, a short distance. The governor said a vehicle registration, come on, you guys, for Rawls also listed an address that was a short distance from the residence of Sena's family. Okay? State police. So he's got a vehicle registered with an address close. Okay? To where they live at. State police said Ross suffered minor injuries. He struggled as he was arrested. Okay? An FBI SWAT team assisted in the apprehension and the rescue. The state police said Charlotte was in good health. Good. She was taken via ambulance to Abilene Medical. The state police issued a statement Monday evening saying Charlotte had been found and not that more information would be released later. A couple of hours before that notice was issued, a large contingent of state police had gathered at a parking lot at the Saratoga Performing Arts Center off Route 50. Roughly 20 unmarked state police vehicles, military style tactical vehicles. Man, they brought in everything. In at least one helicopter were there along with troopers who was dressed in camouflage and appeared to be SWAT team members. State police blocked off Barnett Road on Monday evening and prevented motorists from entering the residential street. The arrest was made less than 3 hours after state police said the search had expanded over 46 linear miles, approximately 400 certified search and rescue personnel from dozens of federal. I'm looking for information that we need. State police sources on Monday told the Time Union that the investigation was focused on the theory that the girl had been abducted. They also said the investigation was focused on whether her abduction may have been the result of someone deliberately targeting the girl or her family. An Amber Alert was sent out around 9:35. Let's write that down because we're gonna. So the Amber Alert, we're gonna write it down because we got the exact time. Alert was around 9:35 a.m. They said Sunday. So the Amber Alert went out Sunday. And then 4:20 a.m. is when the ransom note, we got to put on a ransom note. I'm not going to know what that is. The note was dropped off. All right. Okay, you guys. We're just trying to pull some of this information. Okay. A senior investigator told the Times Union late Monday afternoon that the investigation is largely focused on theory that the child was pulled into a vehicle against her will or dragged into the woods. On Monday, state police asked the public to come forward with any information that might lead to the search. When a child disappears, members of the community often have information they do not realize is valuable. The information is crucial in establishing a timeline of what happened. You may have seen or heard something valuable in the search for Charlotte, whether you were there or to take a walk, camping with family and friends, or for any other activity. We ask that you contact law enforcement. Okay, it says, as media gathered Monday, a wide variety of first responders were seen coming and going through the park. They included state police cars, communication vehicles, SUVs from a host of areas, fire companies, and a South Glens Falls school bus, likely carrying people to aid in the search effort. Groups of state parks police officers and state troopers could be seen periodically searching the forest edge on both sides. On Saturday, Charlotte and her family were staying at the camp, 18 on Loop A. The site closest to the entrance of the park, about a mile from exit 17 on the Northway. Valuable messages signs on the Northway in Interstate 87 Monday said Amber Alert call 511. No name or description was given. Hold on. Valuable, variable, it's not valuable, it's variable message signs. Variable message signs on the Northway in Interstate 87 Monday said Amber Alert call 511. No name or description was given. Did you guys get that? I'm going to take a picture of it because something tells me they wanted them to have this Amber Alert. Think about what I just read to you. Variable message signs on the Northway in Interstate 87 Monday said Amber Alert, call 511. No name or description was given. Jenny Lee Smith, the wife of Union Piper fitter John Smith, who works with Charlotte's father, David Sena, stopped in a Dunkin' Donut less than 5 minutes from the park entrance just before 2 p.m. Monday and taped a sign to the window, one of 2,000 missing person flyers printed by the union. Jenny Lee Smith, the wife of Union Piper fitter John Smith, who works with Charlotte's father, David Sena, stopped in a Dunkin' Donut less than 5 minutes from the park entrance. Hello, this is SP.
Hey, darling, how you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I want to clear up something.
Go right ahead.
Okay, so remember when I put it in the chat that, he's a sex offender or whatever?
Yeah.
Well, how they found that out, the FBI did, how they found that out is when they ran the DUI.
Mm-hmm.
And they found out that he was on the pedophile list. And Court TV said that this morning.
Well,
I mean, I'm not arguing what you're saying. I'm not arguing.
Well, you say that, but I haven't heard that on a fact with the police.
Okay. And that's fair.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying they have not came out and said that.
Right. You haven't heard it, but just because I heard it, you haven't heard it.
No, you heard it on Court TV. That doesn't mean it's a fact.
Right. Okay, allegedly. Okay, could I say that? Allegedly?
Well, until the police come out and say it, that's when it becomes a fact. Okay. So when Court TV said it, and Court TV is a nationwide known channel advocacy for missing people and things of that nature. But where's it at the fact? Because the only thing the police is saying is his fingerprints showed up as a DUI. Now, because this is what I'm saying. His fingerprint shows up as a DUI. Why would they not say if he's a pedophile, his fingerprint shows up as a pedophile?
Well, from what
Hold on. Just answer the question. Just answer the question.
I don't know.
See what I'm saying?
That's what I heard on Court TV.
Yeah, that's what you heard on Court TV, but they're not the police.
True that.
That's just another channel. It's just a bigger channel. But why would the police tell us that his fingerprints showed up as a DUI and not say he's a registered pedophile? So
okay, so what I got out of it, hold on. Because what I got out of it, Court TV did say that they ran his thumbprint and then they went back and ran it again on a sex file, the predator, and they found him out.
Why they have not? Okay, but why the police have not came out and said that?
I don't know.
See, because that is some really important information, and it is public information. So if he done kidnapped the kid, and also he's a pedophile, that would be information that they would throw out there big time. They haven't threw that out there big time, so we can't say it over here just because another channel said it. Because I know you got it from Court TV, because that's where you say you got it from.
Right.
But I'm wondering why the police ain't said it.
I don't know. Actually.
Did they say the police said it?
The FBI said it.
The FBI said it? I'm not saying it ain't done. It ain't said, because everybody that's a registered sex offender should be, I mean, they're registered, their fingerprints is there.
Yes, I know. I don't know why the police did not tell them to throw that out there, because that
okay. So I'm gonna ask you to do something, because I don't know where you're talking about, but send me the link to where Court TV says this. Because if you send it to me, because the young lady that came in here and was saying something about the croc, she sent me later on after we got off. It doesn't matter. You can take your time or whatever. She sent me the link where she heard it from. But when I went and listened to it, she heard it wrong. She heard what she heard, but she didn't hear the whole thing. It was just a rumor. It was just a conversation that she had overheard. But when she heard it, she perceived it that it was a fact.
Okay.
So let me hear what you heard, and then we can talk about it.
Okay, that's fair enough.
That's okay? Fair enough. Okay. Okay. All right. Thanks. Bye. Bye. So you guys, you see how we have to not be hard-headed. We don't be hard-headed because we're not there. We don't know. And they're only going to feed us information. But so I'm just wondering, like, where she get this information from? Because that's some good information if it is so. Like, well, why is the police not coming on these, doing their conference, doing their, they're doing their report. Why they're not saying he's a known pedophile? Because it has nothing to do with the victim right now. You understand what I'm saying? It has something to do with, why would you take this kid? Why would you take the kid? Did you take it for the money, or did you take it to do some pedophile, some crazy, some retarded stuff? What is it that you're trying to do with this kid? So it gives us a little bit more insight. But with them, I mean, there's like 20, 30 things that the police and the governor is speaking on, but they all speaking about a 1999, thank you, Miss Dee Dee, a 1999 fingerprint on a DUI. That's the most minimum crime you can do is a DUI. Why they're not sitting there saying he is a known pedophile? That would be something we would probably hear. So that's why I'm sitting there going, here's the thing. If you don't hear 10 times from 10 different, not news, when I say news, not channel, but news from the police, from the FBI yourself, then sometimes things are probably perceived wrong. It's not that you said something to say something wrong, but you probably perceived it wrong. Okay? People get really all bunched up in their panties because they're like, I was right. It's not got nothing to do with that. But sometimes when we perceive something, when we hear something, we hear what we heard. And you can't take that away from somebody. So let me hear it. And so just like the young lady came in here, let me hear what you heard. Not we're not arguing, but let me hear what you heard and let's see what you heard. And then now that you listen to it again, oh, you perceived it was true because you heard it, but you didn't hear everything that was around it. It could have been questioning, was he a pedophile? Or questioning, did they look into that? We don't know. Anyway, you guys, we'll talk about this tomorrow. We're not even supposed to be on here today, so I'm going to get on off of here. But we want them facts because I believe, and this is just my belief, I do believe something more is going to come out of this. And we want them facts so that we can put this all together and we can help our loved ones, our kids, our grandbabies, our children to make right decisions. All right. And I appreciate every last one of you. Tina Powers, Zan. Let me put y'all name on the list here because I got you here. Tina Powers, you good. Woke to God, you good. You guys are really, really interacting, and I like that. Appreciate you guys. Be good, be safe, and be nice to each other. Bye.